Hey everyone, it's Dr. Cheng here. In this video, we're going to be talking about plagiarism and Turnitin. Plagiarism is very common among students, and many of them do not understand the seriousness of plagiarism. So, in this video, we're going to take a closer look at what plagiarism is, the different types of plagiarism, the consequences you face if you commit plagiarism, and how to avoid it. The basic guide to using Turnitin and online plagiarism checker will also be given. Without further ado, let's get into the video. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is copying someone else's ideas, words, writing, or images and using them as your own, rather than giving credit to the rightful owner or receiving consent before taking the material. Plagiarism is dishonest, unethical, and illegal. Types of plagiarism. Plagiarism can be categorized into 5 different types, which include direct plagiarism, self-plagiarism, mosaic plagiarism, accidental plagiarism, and mashup. Direct plagiarism is copying and pasting someone else's work or making minor changes to someone else's work to pass it off as your own. Self-plagiarism, on the other hand, happens when one submits all or part of their own previous work without getting permission from all other authors. Mosaic plagiarism, also known as page writing, is when parts of other words are copied without using quotation marks. It can also be when one keeps the same structure and meaning of an original passage and only uses synonyms. Accidental plagiarism occurs when one does not cite the sources. It also happens when one paraphrases information without giving credit to the original authors. Mashup is combining 2 or more data sources, which may be graphics, text, songs, and videos from various media. But why is plagiarism such a big deal? And what are its consequences? Well, plagiarism is essentially theft and fraud committed simultaneously. It violates the copyright laws, which may result in legal action, fines, and penalties. Students who are caught plagiarizing can be expelled from academic institutions. Plagiarism can also result in your work being destroyed and damage your reputation. Now, how to avoid plagiarism? Fortunately, it's not all scary. Avoiding plagiarism is actually easy to do now that you have a foundation understanding of what it is. To help you steer clear of this taboo, here are 5 ways to help you avoid plagiarism in your writing, which include cite your sources, quoting, paraphrasing, present your own ideas, and use a plagiarism checker. Let me walk you through each of them one by one. Cite your sources. When alluding to an idea, wording, or an image that's not your own, add the citation in your writing that identifies the full name of the source, the date it was published, and any other citation element that's required by the style guide you're adhering to. The most important reason to cite sources is to give credit to the creators of the data instead of stealing their work and calling it your own. Quoting. Quotations are the exact words of an author, copied directly from the source, word for word. Always use quotation marks around the text that you're quoting to denote that the words aren't your own. All quotations must be cited. Paraphrasing. Paraphrasing involves reading a sentence or passage, learning what it means, and retelling it in your own voice or words. All paraphrases must be cited. But be careful, paraphrasing can slip into plagiarism if done incorrectly. Successfully paraphrasing without plagiarism involves a bit of a dance. Reward and format your writing in an original way, and try to avoid using too many similar words or phrases from the source. The key is to do so without altering the meaning of the idea itself. Here's an example for you. The original sentence says, Michael Jackson was famous for his moonwalk. Children and adults loved to watch it. The paraphrase sentence says, Michael Jackson was known throughout the war because people enjoyed watching his moonwalk. Both of the sentences present the same idea, but in a different way. Present your ideas. Instead of using the source ideas of words, explore what you have to say about it. Ask yourself what unique ideas you can contribute in a writing that's entirely your own. Keep in mind that if you're alluding to a source ideas or words to frame your own point, you still need to apply the guidelines mentioned earlier to avoid plagiarizing. If you're writing on the same topic for multiple assignments, it can be tempting to recycle some of your previous words. This is called self-plagiarism, which should be avoided. Use a plagiarism checker. While conducting your research on a topic, some phrases or sentences might stick with you so well that you inadvertently include them in your writing without a citation. When in doubt, using an online plagiarism checker can help you catch these issues before submitting your work. Here are some of the typical online plagiarism checker which scan your text for bold content. It lets you know whether or not parts of a writing are plagiarized, highlight the specific words or sentences of concern, and identify where the text originated from. These suggestions can be helpful in avoiding plagiarism in your work. Turnitin is one of the popular online plagiarism checkers used by many schools and universities. We will talk more about Turnitin in the later part of this video. Now, you may ask me, do I have to cite everything? Nope. Facts that are widely known or information or judgments considered common knowledge do not have to be documented. So, what is common knowledge? Common knowledge is any information that the average educated reader would accept as reliable without having to look it up. However, what may be common knowledge in one culture or in one specific group of people may not be common knowledge in another. Examples of common knowledge include general information that most people know, such as water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Information shared by a cultural group, such as the dates of national holidays or names of popular leaders. Knowledge shared by members of a certain field, such as the fact that the energy is a conserved property by the first law of thermodynamics. Also, no citation is required when you're discussing your own experiences and observations or compiling the results from science experiments. You're using common knowledge. So, what is not common knowledge? What needs to be cited? Well, this includes all statistics, data, figures, references to studies done by others, and references to specific facts the average readers would not know about unless he or she had done the research. With that said, always use a citation when in doubt. You may even have to cite yourself. If you created a word for a previous paper or presentation, and you're using it again, you must cite your previous work. Turnitin. Turnitin is an online plagiarism checker created by a company called iParadigms from California, US, which was first launched in 1997. Typically, universities and high schools buy licenses to submit papers and reports to Turnitin, which checks documents for originality. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an account on Turnitin as a student, how to submit a paper or report to Turnitin, and how to generate the originality report. To create an account, go to turnitin.com and click on Create Account. Next, scroll down and click on Student. Next, enter the class ID and the class enrollment password that you got from a teacher or instructor. Then, fill out your user information like name, email address, and password. If you could set up a Facebook account, you should be able to do this as well. After entering your password, select a secret question from the drop-down menu and type in your answer to the question. Lastly, review the user agreement and click I agree, create profile. Congratulations, you have successfully created your Turnitin account. To submit a paper report, first log in to Turnitin. Then you will come to your student homepage that shows the classes you have enrolled in. Click a class name to open the class homepage. On the class homepage, you can see all the assignments for your class, view additional assignment information, important dates, and a similarity index. You can also submit, view, and download your submission. To submit a document, click the Submit button for a particular assignment. Next, choose Single File Upload. Enter your name and submission title. Then, choose the file you want to upload to Turnitin from the computer, Dropbox, or Google Drive. Lastly, click Upload. Says you have submitted a document to a class and the similarity index is 3%, which is pretty low. Good job! To view the document, click the View button. To see all matches detected by Turnitin which are highlighted and linked to the sources, click the All Sources button. Lastly, to generate the originality report, click the Download button and Current View. So, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I hope this video has helped you better understand what plagiarism is and how to avoid it, as well as the basic usage of Turnitin. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.